Hello, we are Geeks Assembled, and today me and Susan will be discussing a 1957 movie,
7.
science fiction, fantasy, action drama, B movie.
Yes, yes, yes.
We are going to be discussing The Incredible Shrinking Man. So, without further ado, over to Susan for opening thoughts.
Okay, well, this has got a great cast, good cast. It is it is a really good concept and a really good execution on the concept, and it starts with a couple that are out to sea in a borrowed boat, talking about the future, talking about their plans, and she goes under down below decks, and he is stuck on deck when this huge uh, must have been radiation cloud comes over the
It's always radiation.
comes over the sea, like what we were just discussing Tenant, and yeah, and so that was really interesting. Oh, and last week we discussed the faceless ones, and they all had this radiation that would shrink these people down, and so that they were allowed to steal their faces and their memories and stuff like that. These aliens, yeah. So and we were watched because we were watching Tenet. We also saw Robert Pattinson, and in this one, he's the sparkly one. He gets covered when the cloud comes over him. He ends up covered with like sparkles and glitter and stuff, and is able to like dry it off of him. But that was a really interesting way of showing that he was affected, and then the movie gets to be a really incredible story of his deminionization and his tissue compression elimination, and
I saw
his
what you did there. I saw what you did there.
yeah, you did, don't didn't you? And and he is but his humanity is gets brighter and brighter and brighter the smaller and smaller and smaller it gets. And so it's a really good story. He has battles with his coworkers, with the doctors, with the medical community. He has battles with his wife, um, and then he seeks comfort at a carnival with some little people, and then he shrinks even further, and he has battles with his cat and with the tarantula in the basement, and just with everything because he's shrinking. And the effects are good, and the effects are really good. And then he ends up
Yeah.
out in the garden, and he narrates the story as he diminishes into nothing, but he knows that the universe and God just are as interested in him as ever. And so, I mean, it's just the thing that I bet you Lee will not enjoy is the narration, but I'll let him tell you because I'm done with my opening thoughts, and so I'll just pass it to him.
Uh, yeah, I thought the narration was a bit corny, to be honest. You know me too well. Uh, it was a bit corny because, to say, he was telling the story at the beginning, then he was telling the story at the end. well, if nobody's ever seen this, he does. He just shrinks into nothingness, doesn't he? He just until he goes and disappears. So there really is no happy ending to this story, this movie. It's a story of him trying to survive up against what this condition has thrown at him. And I agree with Susan. The effects in this for a 1957 movie, all the large size sofas, and even that, because he even moves into a doll's house. He lives in a doll's house. But I want to know are tarantulas usually a household spider? I don't think so. But it was used.
I think that they're the only spiders that can be trusted to act.
All right.
I mean, all the other ones are prima donnas, and they don't actually do what you want them to do.
Right.
I think a tarantula is a good choice. I'll let you say the rest of your opening thoughts. I'm sorry for interrupting.
It was a pretty good story. I mean, as I say, it's always that damned radiation what causes all these all these mishaps. I mean, who's the lead actor? What was his name? Grant Williams. Yeah, he played him brilliantly. He was to begin with, he was a smoochy lover and all like that, and then once he got affected, it sort of he couldn't work. He started to become depressed. He wanted out of this place. That's why he ran away. And then he had to come back because he was getting smaller and smaller. And then he got locked into the basement, into the cellar, and that's where the survival started against before that it was the cat, but then it was the tarantula, and then even the water. That was so well done. But it was. I mean, I thought I'd seen this movie before, but you know what? I was watching it and I'm thinking I can't have seen it because I must have seen another version. It must have been remade or something, but I can't remember seeing this version. But I enjoyed it. It wasn't long. It didn't drag. I think it's only 80 minutes long. But as I say, all the sets were just brilliantly built. I mean, us being sci-fi fans, we know of shows like Land of the Giants, and of course, go on, Susan. Which one? What was you going to say?
Doctor Who.
Yeah. But that's it. But these were before. This was before those TV series, and it's so well done. Even the picture overlay of him being small, or the used against the hugeness of the cat. It's so well done, and it still stands up today. I mean, in 1957. So we'll go to favourite things of the film. So back over to Susan.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. I mean, like the ending where he's talking about his humanity as he's vanishing into nothingness. I mean, I know that you get this idea in your head that you're going to watch this man somehow turn it around, and he just doesn't. He doesn't, and he doesn't, and he doesn't, and there isn't any hope. He's injected with something that slows the process for a while, but then it picks right back up. And in the last moments of his life, his wife is just driven away. He almost got sucked into a drain and drowned in in the flood that Lee was telling you
Yeah.
about, and um, and he's ignored by both his brother and his wife, and well, not really ignored, but they couldn't hear him because he was so
Yeah, but
quiet
what
next to
what you got to what you got to realize is his wife and his brother believe that he's been eaten by the cat anyway.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're going
true.
away thinking he's dead anyway.
Right, right. And that was a really intense scene with the cat. And then the other one that was really intense was with the tarantula. Alex was when we were watching it. He remembered the scene with the mouse trap. The mouse trap was a really iconic thing in his mind,
Yeah.
and so I'm just like, I really enjoyed watching that. The basement scenes were incredible, like where the paint is pulling up and he's sliding down as the on the paint stick, and then he makes it to the other side, and you're like, use the grain in the wood to grab, but he doesn't. He just kind of slips. Oh my gosh, it's like, wow. And let's see, he finds the pins in the sewing kit,
Yeah.
and uh and fashions a grappling hook and a repelling cord, and uses that, and uses the other pin as a weapon until he drops it, and then when he drops it he just has nothing left except for you know anyway, it's incredible.
It's a damn good movie for its time.
Yeah, and the angst you feel when he goes out of the house, and he's the size of he's about a foot and a half tall,
Yeah.
and he's the size of a doll, and he's wandering around, and and then they make it seem like he's over 3 feet tall,
Mm.
but when he walks out, he was about the size of a doll. Anyway, it was interesting what they did with that in the carnival scene and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I personally thought that they were going to suck him up and put him in the carnival, but
Yeah, I thought that as well.
but
Did it
having
happen?
having never seen this before, this is quite good. It's quite a good movie. So back over to you.
Well, I just want to point out we've mentioned the cat. Butch the cat, played by Orangey the cat, was a big star back in the day. Apparently, I like to do a bit of homework. I'm just looking at it now. Appeared in the movie This Island Earth as Neutron the cat.
Oh yeah, I remember that cat. We just watched that.
Yeah, appeared in the movie The Diary of Anne Frank. Appeared in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh,
The Comedy of Terrors. On TV, appeared in Batman the TV series alongside Eartha Kitt's Catwoman. Mission Impossible. The Dick Van Dyke Show. So
you don't say.
yeah, sadly died in about 1967 or something like that. But going back to the movie, for me, it's when he doesn't know what's going on, and he's going on about his trousers have been too big again, and mostly sent us the wrong trousers back from the dry cleaners, and then his shirt's not fitting him, but and it gradually, you can see his despair and that's what's good about it. It's despair. Every time a different scene comes up, it's smaller, and the doctors don't believe him at first, but then they have to agree. Yeah, you are getting smaller. So there's that side of the movie. You know, he doesn't know what to do with his life. Why carry on? But then the other side of the movie, it's about survival, and which is so well done. As you say, the mousetrap scene where he's trying to just get some food down him. That was, I mean, the models of the mousetrap and everything, so well made. It was just, I mean, and as in it's a black and white movie as well. I think it looks so better in black and white. If this was in color, I don't think it works as well. It's just sometimes these black and white movies do have an edge on the colored ones for some reason, and this one works so well. Yeah, the tarantula scenes. I mean, I've never been a big fan of spiders, but I would like to meet one of those. But yeah, it's the ending. I wasn't expecting that ending. I thought, oh, something's going to come to the rescue and they're going to cure him and he's going to be back to normal. But no, he just disappears into all the atoms and the molecules of the universe, and the end.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I think it's a more fitting ending.
It really was hopeful. I mean, the way he was describing it.
Yeah. It's. I mean, if it had gone the other way with with a cure and that lot and rekindling back with his wife, I don't know. I wouldn't have. I don't think I felt the same about the movie if it happened that way.
Right. Agreed.
But the way the movie ended, as it did, it makes you just think, wow. Just sit back and think.
Yeah. And
Oh,
the doctor couldn't help. The doctor
yeah.
used his it slowed it for a while, but then it started right back up.
Yeah. I mean,
And the doctor was played by William Shallert, who was Gidget's father in the Gidget movies and the remake.
Yeah. But it's just the way it ended like that. And then you look back on the movie, what had just gone before, that he was trying to survive, and he wanted to, let people know he was there. And then he just disappears into nothingness. So everything he went through, it was it pointless?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
There was a lot of despair, but it wasn't.
Yeah. It is. I do. If people out there haven't watched this movie, I'd give it a go.
It's challenging.
Yeah. I mean, okay, by today's standards, the effects aren't all this CGI, but for me, I always like the physical effects more.
And there was just much jeopardy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I love the way he was trying to antagonize the spider when it was in the web.
Oh yeah,
throwing stuff at it and twanging on the web.
Yeah. That was incredible. And the way that the matchbox was moving when he was on top of it, when the spider was on top of it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was just, I mean, yeah, it's just a heartwarming movie, really. And then say at the end there, it's just makes you sit down and wonder about everything. So, anything else you'd like to say about the movie?
Written by Richard Matheson from a book by Richard Matheson.
Yeah.
Directed by Jack Arnold.
Well, Jack Arnold, that name rings a bell.
Yeah,
Did he do Creature from the Black Lagoon?
he did Creature from the Black Lagoon, and he did the Sid Caesar Show, some Love Boat, some Buck Rogers.
Ah,
Let's see. He did Ellery Queen. He
yeah.
did uh, he was also the one who did The Mouse That Roared.
Oh, the
The one with William Hartnell.
Arnold, yeah. Is that the Peter Sellers one as well? That movie, yeah.
Yes, quite.
All right, never knew that. I've got that somewhere, I think. So, are we done discussing this movie, or we got anything else to say about it?
Oh, he
Oh,
did a movie called Tarantula.
oh well, he must have a love of tarantulas then.
He must. And he also did It Came from Outer Space.
Oh, those B movies are brilliant.
Yep.
So,
Oh, and he did a movie called The Glass Web, which is about another different kind of spider. Yeah, he definitely has a thing for spiders.
yeah.
And
Um,
and the other thing, the thing I was just loving the fact that William Schaller was in this, and he was also in one of the other ones that he was in. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Um, getting there. I'm getting there. Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah. So the interesting thing was that he was probably one who'd worked with the director before,
yeah,
who'd worked with Jack Arnold before. Anyway, yeah, he was great. He didn't do many long stints, but Schaller was like in like 400 pieces of TV and film. He was a really prolific actor.
yeah, yeah. I thought I recognised the face.
Yeah, he's got that face that he was just like unmissable.
Oh dear. So, anything else you'd like to say before we go to final say and score?
Um, no, the woman Randy Stewart who played Louise Carey, she did a great job,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, that was pretty much it. Um, for the main cast, except for the cat, which you just you showed the cat's um acting range. Good, good actor.
Yeah, yeah. I always, if there's ever any animals in movies, I always have to look up to see if they've been in any more.
That's cool.
It's the way I am. So, Susan, what's your final say and score this then?
I will give this I'll give this a 9 out of 10 um pins out of a sewing set.
All
Uh,
right.
and say that whenever I feel hopeless, I'll probably end up watching this movie again because of the ending.
Yeah.
The ending just fills me with awe and hope, and just you know, bad as things get, things you're still a part of something, even if you're not, even if you don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a big ending
Mm. So for
for a
me,
person.
um, I enjoyed it from beginning to end. So on that note, it's going to get 10 diminishing atoms out of 10.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, if you're out there, please check it out. The Incredible Shrinking Man from 1957. I'd like to thank Susan for joining me talking about this movie. Please like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. If you'd like to be notified when we put videos up, please press the bell notification and we'll get a ding. We're on Facebook, Twitter, all over the place. So if you'd like to join us on these casts, please get in touch, leave a message, and we'll see if we can get you on at some point. Because we like talking movies, we like talking TV stuff when we get around to doing them, and also we do audio drama, which we love, which we do every fortnight on a Friday. So, guys, please get in touch. So until next time, just remember, there's always hope out there.